Welcome to Bases Loaded. I'm Scott Ashley Smith. Along here beside me is Michael Cezzino. We're going to be talking about the playoffs and what we think is going to be the end result. We're going to give you division winners, wild cards, both the top and bottom. And we're also going to be giving you our predictions for the NL and ALDSs, the LCSs, and who we think is going to meet up in the World Series.
The whole thing?
We're also going to tell you who won it.
Why not? The people want to know.
And then there's no need to even watch the season because it's going to happen. Because I predicted...
You could spend more time on fantasy baseball.
About 95% was right last year, so...
95 is good, but it's not 100.
Not 100.
It's not 100, and that's what we strive for.
And thanks to Orioles for screwing that up. Let's start with... Who do you think is going to win the divisions in the American League? Let's do the American League first.
Sure. So for the divisions, you have in the AL East, you have the Baltimore Orioles. You have the AL Central, you have the Chicago White Sox. And in the AL West, you have the Seattle Mariners.
So with your choices, not too far off from mine. I chose the Orioles for the American League East. In the Central, I gave it to the Royals. I really think this could be the year that they overcome it all.
Maybe.
And then the Mariners, hard. This was a hard one because I think that division is probably one of the toughest divisions in baseball.
If not the toughest. Yep.
So I chose the Mariners. Wild cards?
2 out of 3, that's not bad. Wild cards, I have the Angels of Anaheim and LA, and I have the Kansas City Royals.
Wow, I like that. I have the Yankees and Angels for
bold.
my wild cards.
The Yankees, if there was another wild card spot.
If there's a third, give them time.
If there was a third wild card spot,
they'll have it.
I'd have the Yankees on my list as well.
All right. In the National League.
The National League, I have in the NL East, I have the Washington Nationals. In the NL Central, I have the St. Louis Cardinals. And in the NL West, wait for it, the San Francisco Giants.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. Mine is totally different from yours. I have the Washington Nationals in the East, St. Louis Cardinals in the Central, and the San Francisco Giants in the West.
That sounds very familiar.
Wow, really?
Were you looking at my notes?
Probably.
Okay.
Wild cards?
Wild cards, I have the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Florida Marlins.
Once again, totally off from yours. I have the Miami Marlins.
Okay.
And the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Ooh. Once again, if there was another wild card spot, I would throw Pittsburgh in.
And I was really close with the Dodgers on that one. Yeah. Actually, the Dodgers were in a predicament because I felt like they could have even won the division in the West. So
it'll be a good race.
Dodgers are barely missing out if they do miss out. Let's just put it that way because I do think they are a better team.
Agreed.
So let me see how you play out your playoffs.
Sure. For the AL in the division series, well, I believe that the Angels will beat the Royals in the play-in game. So then the Angels will be playing the Baltimore Orioles, and the Orioles will be successful in that. And then in the other division series, you'll have Seattle versus the White Sox, and I do have Seattle edging them out in that as well. All
right. Over in my wild card game between the Yankees and Angels, I have the Yankees getting past the Angels.
Ooh, bold.
So, and then I have, for the divisional rounds, I have the Orioles getting past the Yankees, and then I have the Mariners getting past the Royals. Over in the National League, I have the play-in game between the Marlins and the Pirates. I have the Marlins breaking the Pirates' hearts for a second year in a row.
Back to back.
And then I have the Nationals getting past the Marlins.
Okay.
And then I have the Giants and Cardinals taking it to Game 5, having another classic, not in the LCS this time.
And who wins that?
And I have the Giants over the Cardinals.
Wow.
So my LCS is the Giants and the Nationals.
Okay.
And then we have, of course, the Mariners and Orioles in the LCSs. How do your LCSs stack up?
I have the Mariners and Orioles as well in the LCS for the American League. And the National League, I do have the Marlins edging out the Dodgers in the play-in game. I have the Marlins and the Nationals as well, with the Nationals winning that series. I think it'll probably go the whole 5. And then for the other division series, I have the St. Louis Cardinals and the San Francisco Giants. And I do believe that the Cardinals will edge out the Giants, setting up a Nationals-Cardinals matchup in the National League LCS.
That's really good.
Yes.
I like that, other than the Giants not getting past them. But hey,
I put them in the postseason.
Hey, they got there.
It's pretty
That's
good.
all good. Let's get that dynasty started. So now, with the LCSs,
Yep.
I have the Orioles getting past your Mariners in a tight game 12.
It might take that many to determine who's going to win.
And then I have the Giants edging out the Nationals.
Well, that's a shocker.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I also feel like that one could go in about 6 or 7. I know once you start saying 6 or 7, you're just like, you might as well say,
just say 7.
Just say shut up.
Commit to
So then I feel that we're going to have an all orange and black World Series. It's going to be Halloween. I think it's going to actually finish.
Perfect.
Well, it's actually going to have to finish after Halloween because this year the playoffs are backed up a little bit. But I will tell you this. The team in orange and black will win the World Series.
Wow, going out on a limb.
Going out on a limb.
You are going out on a limb. I like that. I have, for the National League, I have the Nationals beating the St. Louis Cardinals quite convincingly. And for the Orioles-Seattle matchup, I do have Seattle beating the Orioles. I believe it'll be a long series in 7. So that sets up Seattle versus the Nationals in the World Series. Washington versus Washington, D.C. And I have the Seattle Mariners once again going to 7 games to become World Series champions.
It's pretty good. So you choose the Washington Elite and Seattle Mariners since the Seahawks were unable to pull it off. That would have been pretty neat to see both teams win in the same year.
That would be.
I'm choosing the Giants, but I think this will be a Game 7 scenario because I think Buck Showalter will finally be able to move past. He finally got past the division series. Now I think he's going to get past the LCS, and I think it's going to be Bochy's first time facing a manager that's probably on his level when it comes to strategy and knowing how to make beef stew. That's always good. I like when people can make beef stew because
comes in handy in the winter,
especially when it's raining. I love it. So, I feel like we're homers on this because I chose the Giants, you chose the Mariners. But when I really break things down, I could actually see a Giants-Mariners. I really feel like the people we've chosen to get into the playoffs, everything's a crapshoot after that. But winning the divisions and stuff, I think, is pretty good. Why don't you tell us who you think is going to win each and every division in Major League Baseball, your wild card picks, and who you think is going to be crowned
type it in the comments.
World Series champions of 2015.
That's correct.
Put it in the comments below.
Right here.
Like it. Share it to the other social media areas and subscribe to us. And, because it makes it possible when you subscribe that we want to make more videos because then we feel like people are actually, watching them. So
that's a nice feeling.
Well, that was what we feel like the postseason is going to be.
That's the postseason right there. Seattle Giants.
I'm Scott Ashley Smith, along with
Michael Cezino,
coming from the beautiful SAS Studios. This has been Bases Loaded. So long, everybody. But I do believe that you have a shout-out.
I do have a shout-out indeed. This week, not only is it the beginning of spring training, but also my mother's birthday and my niece Alyssa's birthday. So happy birthday, Mom and Alyssa.
All right. Happy birthday, Melissa. Happy birthday,
Alyssa.
Alyssa?
Yes.
I think there should be an M put in front of it. You are a Mariners fan.
I don't know if my brother will be with that.
Happy birthday, Luann. Love ya. And stay beautiful. She looks so good at 29.
You're right.
So long, everybody.
Goodbye.